What is going on, guys? Grave here. Welcome back to Neverwinter. Today I've decided I would like to do something with my Hunter Ranger to kind of share my build with you guys. Now, you all know I don't think anything is best in slot. I think you need to run what you enjoy. But if you're looking for something to use with your Hunter Ranger, I'm going to give you a little bit of help here to show you what I run. Now, I have a lot of different builds of different loadouts. I have spent tons and tons and tons of hours with my Hunter. This, of course, is my main character. I do have some alternate characters, but this one is the one I use all the time. So today, I'm going to break these videos up into two different parts. I'm going to do the first part, which talks about feats, and the second video is going to talk about the powers I use and the rotation I use with this build. Like I said, guys, this is a trapper build. Of course, it is going to be in the Pathfinder section. I will do some other videos about some other builds if you guys enjoy these. If you're looking for more, maybe crit severity or more of a Storm Warden build, something like that. But today we're going to cover the Hunter Ranger Pathfinder Trapper build. Now, I'm a half orc. You do not have to roll half orc. You roll whatever race that you would like. They all work. Half orc, wood elf, human. Those are probably the most popular you see. And of course, then the drow. But a lot of people like to use the dragonborn. It does not matter. Whatever you like to use, you use. The thing that I will say is if you're going for a max dexterity roll, which this is what this is built on, this is going to be a very strong, hard-hitting build. You're going to need to roll your dex from the beginning when you start your character to 20. That way you can end up at 34 dexterity when you get your legendary Greater Twined Rope of Dexterity complete. When that is legendary, you don't even have to have the neck, which is the Company Duelist Cloak that I use. You don't have to have it at legendary. Of course, you see you'll get 2 dex from it, but you're going to get 4 dex from this. That's going to give you that 34 dex. The dex, the best part of it is, of course, the damage bonus that you receive. Now we're going to look over at the feats. I'm going to show you why that is important here in just a second. Now, the feats are something that you can tinker with. You don't have to use the exact same thing like I'm using, but this works well for my build. But there's some things you can do that are a little bit different if you would like. There are a lot of people that like to put some into predatory action, some points. Of course, if you roll a human, always remember you're going to have 3 points more than I do in this video. So put those 3 points where you feel they would best fit your playstyle. I do not feel that the daily powers on a Hunter Ranger are that good, so I do not put anything into predatory action. I always put 2 in swift footwork for a little bit of stamina regen. I always fill 3 out of 3 into endless assault. Of course, your encounter powers deal more damage. The next one is another one that a lot of people like to run on their Hunter Ranger, and of course that is scoundrel training. This is a little bit tricky for me because your at-will powers do more damage to foes not targeting you. I pull a lot of aggro, so a lot of things are always targeting me. So I feel like this does not work as well for my build. Next, we're going to look at weapon mastery. Of course, this is your critical chance. And of course, with a Hunter, the more critical chance you have, the better. We're going to go over to nature's enhancement, which this is more of a survivability style feat. This is going to increase your deflect severity. Now, this is the main one. While we talked about dexterity to begin with, this is Disciple of Dexterity. Increases the amount of bonus damage dexterity gives you. When you got 3 out of 3, you're going to get up to 6%. With that max dexterity and this feed on, that dexterity bonus is really, really good. Of course, we're going to look at the next one, Toughness, which is more of a survivability also kind of feat. This is going to give you some more hit points. I built this to be more of a damage character, so it's kind of a glass cannon, if that makes sense. It can die very easily. So whatever you can get out of your feats and boons for survivability is a good idea. But I always try to prioritize damage over survivability when I'm building my Hunter Ranger Pathfinder Trapper build. The next thing I'm going to look at is Agile Combatant, which switching stances deals more damage. You're going to switch stances a lot. You will see in the rotation video, I'm switching stances non-stop. So this is definitely a big help. And last but not least is Lucky Skirmisher. Another kind of survivability style. This is going to increase your deflection chance. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look over to the Paragons themselves. Now I'm going to use 5 out of 5 of Bloodlading once again for survivability because this is life steal. Now when we get down to the Trapper build, we're going to go 5 of 5 in Fleet Stance, 5 of 5 in Death Strike, 5 of 5 in Forest Bond, 5 of 5 in Swiftness of the Fox, 5 of 5 of Serpent's Bite, and of course across the top row, 5 of 5 in Ancient Roots, 5 of 5 in Thorned Roots, and 1 of 1 in Biting Snares. Now there are some Hunter Rangers that run Trapper's Cunning, which your critical chance or your critical strikes have a chance to apply weak grasping roots. If you want to replace one of these with something, I would recommend this one. But for the way that I have this built, this works the best. All of these guys, anything that has to do with roots is what you're wanting. Roots are the main thing on a trapper build, but mainly this Serpent's Bite, which is going to help the Serpent class feature, which is one of the class features I run. These right here on the end, these last four and this one are the most important to me, especially biting snares. Biting snares will allow you to proc Master Trapper, which is something you always want procced while using this style build, because you're going to get 20% of your AP gain increased, but your damage is going to be increased for 30 seconds. Also, thorn roots and control durations are going to be increased by 60% for 10 seconds, and this effect can only be triggered once every 10 seconds. So you can trigger that Master Trapper every 10 seconds. With a good rotation, you can get a lot of hits in. You can get 2 full rotations on your character before you have to proc Master Trapper again. But in the next video, we're going to talk about Master Trapper and how that works. I'm going to show you the powers I use and the feats, so stick around for that one. But of course, guys, if you like this video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.